Welcome everyone
Hey,
to the
sorry.
Success Partners International Training Wednesday night training call. My name's Lynn Schuessler Williams, and I am thrilled to be your host tonight. I ask you as you're coming on to please mute. As a matter of fact, you know what? Before we really start, I'm going to mute everyone. So our speakers, you're going to have to unmute yourself. Okay, great. So now other people who join us will be muted. And folks, we start every team call in Success Partners with our signature message. It is a phenomenal message that each of us memorizes and that we have the opportunity to conversationalize, internalize, and make a part of how we talk about what we do. And each and every person on this call can say, I am part of a growing team of entrepreneurs with a shared mission of connecting 2 million families and small businesses with LegalShield's network of law firms and world-class identity theft services. What we do matters, and we are looking for help. And with that, I have the great pleasure to introduce my friend and mentor, a leader among leaders, a man who makes such a difference for all of us in Success Partners, Mr. Timmer Halligan. The call is yours.
Well, thank you so much, Lynn. Truly appreciate you, your kind words, getting folks checked in, all that you do to contribute on a weekly basis to the success of so many people on this team, whether it's making sure on Friday mornings we're celebrating our stretch calls, our weekly stretch call and our activity, whether it's Sunday night, making sure that we've got stories that are organized and making sure that our Zoom schedule is set every single day. So we've got opportunities to bring the Legal Shield message to our prospects. Lynn, I appreciate you so much and appreciate everybody joining in tonight. Happy, happy Wednesday, happy team training call night. I just want to say welcome to everybody. Thanks and congratulations for joining us because, as we always talk about, our mentor, the leader of Success Partners, John Drennan, says, success begins with showing up, and you are here tonight, and we've got an awesome call planned. And, the first part of our call each and every week, we talk about being able to help people to level up, to be able to get them paid, to help get them promoted. So the first part of our call is for our brand new associates, but it's equally as important, if not more important, for all of our associates, because this business is all about helping people get into this business, helping people succeed in this business. So we're going to talk about right now, how do you get the brand new associate leveled up? Well, first of all, to all brand new associates, congratulations. You have made an absolutely tremendous decision to become part of Legal Shield. Your timing could not be better as we're getting ready to approach our international convention in Dallas. As you can see on the screen, we got 14 days and about 10 hours and 29 minutes and 3 seconds before we kick off what's going to be the most incredible event. So number one, brand new associates, existing associates, get yourself to Dallas. I can promise you it is an event that will change the trajectory of your business so significantly. I can't even put into words. So we got a couple weeks left before we head to Dallas. And brand new associates, let's talk right now about what you need to do to get started. Well, what you want to do to get started in this business is keep it simple. And so we're trying to keep everything as simple as we can for you so that you've got one place that you can go to be able to take a look at all of the information to get your business launched and beyond. But we want to stay simple right now. And when you go over to our team's website right here where it says begintheascent.com, you're going to see you've got access to everything you need in Legal Shield. Number one, we've got this site right here, Shield Nation. You're going to want to go there because that's the organization that we are all part of. John and Darcy Hoffman, platinum executive directors, approaching $800,000 per year in income with this company. There is some absolutely incredible training that we want to get over to, and we're going to show you what we need to do to first get us started. And so you're going to come here, and we're going to get to this page, and you're going to notice right here all the different things you'll hear me kind of talk about. This calendar right here is going to tell you everything that's going on in Legal Shield. This little icon right here, this is to get into one of your back offices, your LS Engage. It's also an app that we'll talk about, so you can click that button and get right in there. This brings you over to our team Facebook page. This allows you to log into the back office, and this right here is going to be where you're going to find this team training call each and every Wednesday is right there on our YouTube channel, filled with everything that you need. So then once you come to this page, you're going to go across the top and you're going to go to where it says Getting Started. And you're going to click on that Getting Started icon. It's going to take you right here. It's going to welcome you to Legal Shield and Shield Nation. It's going to, again, give you access to shieldnation.com right here to be able to get some more advanced training and get you moving. And this is where you want to spend all your time, brand new associates. It says Associate Onboarding. You click this button right here, and it's going to go ahead and take you to this next page. And this next page is going to be your step 1 page. And this is where you're going to go as a brand new Legal Shield associate. You're going to go here and you're going to click on this video, because this is your getting started video. It's got Mr. Darnell Self, millionaire income earner, actual $1 million per year income earner, multiple millionaire club member many times over. And you're going to click this little play section, and it's going to welcome you to Legal Shield. It's going to talk about what you're going to do to get started. It's going to build your belief in this incredible company that we are all part of. He's going to talk to you a little bit about stay in the course. Don't let people get you off track. It's an absolutely incredible video. And then when you come down here, you're going to see where it says download your first step guide. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you over here. You're going to take a look at this document, and this is going to show you exactly what you need to do to get started with Legal Shield. So what we are going to do is we're going to start up here. It says, number 1, get started and enroll as a Legal Shield and ID Shield member. Well, you've already done that. You're on this call right now. You're enrolled as an associate. Check it off. Then it says step 2, get connected and use your membership. That means you're getting ready now to be able to get members set up. You're going to make sure you understand how to get to your website. You would have created a login name when you first started. So for mine, for example, it's T Halligan. And then I just put thalligan.wearelegalshield.com. And then that's what you'll give out to people. You don't need a www in front of it or anything like that. Just your login name, .wearelegalshield.com. Or you see it says login.ladiesofjustice.com. Ladies, I encourage you to be, that's your domain name, because it is a powerful movement that we have. And, I can still put my name in there, thalligan.ladiesofjustice.com. It'll pop up. It'll be a little more feminine, a little more womanly, and it talks about empowering women, which is really, really an awesome initiative. But you want to make sure you know how to get to your website, either one of those. Download the apps. Make sure you got the Legal Shield app downloaded, the ID Shield app downloaded, the Prospect by Legal Shield app downloaded. That Prospect by Legal Shield is going to be what you're going to utilize to get information to people, because it's filled with all of the marketing materials that you need to be able to build your business right from the palm of your hand. You'll join the Facebook group. Again, you can join that right from clicking the link on our page to our personal Facebook group, but you also want to join the Legal Shield Associate Success and Support page. That support page is a great time if you got to ask a question or something like that. Make sure that you use your member perks. And so the member perks is a program we have for all of our members to get discounts, significant discounts on all kinds of great products and services that are non-Legal Shield related, from Apple to rent a car to being able to get to movies and hotels and all kinds of great stuff. And it says use your membership, start your will. Guys, you got to use your membership, because that's going to, again, help to build your belief. Then we're going to make sure that we invite, we're going to talk about making your list. And as you go through watching that Darnell Self video, it's going to then lead you to another video. They're only about 5 or 6 minutes long, but they're incredible. It's going to talk about making your list. You're going to use the memory jogger that's going to come there. And from that memory jogger, you're going to go ahead and start writing down a list of about 30 people. Then you and your sponsor are going to go through that list together, and then we're going to start inviting people to look at information. Today I was on the call with Colton Havens and one of his new associates. We went through that first 20 people on that list. We asked questions like, how do you know them? Did you work with them? Where did you work? Where did they grow up? Are they married? Do they have children? Do they have brothers and sisters? Where do their mom and dads live? All kinds of stuff, because that helps us to best prepare to invite them to information. So you want to go through that. Then you're going to invite people to look at a video out of your Prospect by Legal Shield. You're going to invite them to be able to to watch a Zoom presentation. You know, the company does them every day. You can do one privately with your sponsor. You know, you can do a private business reception. You'll hear people talk about a PBR many, many times. That's private business reception. You know, it's maybe just a gathering or a social event at your house or a local restaurant. You know, a live presentation. You can find those on that calendar that was on our home page there. You can get people onto a conference call. Guys, we got all kinds of ways to invite people. You just got to give us the people to be able to help you to invite to. Then it talks about, you know, live events. Again, you can see that on the calendar. And third party, that means get together with your sponsor. Don't try and close people out by yourself. Use your sponsor, use your support team to be able to get on the phone and talk to people once they've looked at the information. And then what we're looking to do is help you to level up. That means to help you get 3 memberships and 1 associate in your first 20 days. And when we help you do that, you're going to pick up a $180 bonus. Your sponsor is going to pick up a $180 bonus. We're going to double your commission, so you now go to that next level. And let me tell you, once you get that done, then we can start delving out and moving to different places to learn more stuff. But right now, all you got to do, guys, is just come to this getting started page. Go to this video setup right here. You're going to click on it, watch the videos. You can actually go right here. I've made it really, really simple where you can go ahead and, you know, there's the document as you're coming through. Then you're going through there. Then you got your create a list. Then you've got right here a document that you'll find over at shieldnation.com. But right now, it's already included here where you can go ahead and write the names in of all the people we're going to get a hold of. And then we're going to go ahead and go down here a little bit further, and you'll be able to now be able to track these people better. It's in one packet for you. So all you got to do is get there, print it, work with your sponsor, follow the steps. Congratulations. You've made an incredible, incredible decision in joining Legal Shield. And one of the best parts about Legal Shield, guys, is the friendships that you get to make in this incredible business. Let me go ahead and stop the sharing there. One of the things about this business is the incredible relationships that you get to build. And the gentleman I'm getting ready to bring on today is, you know, number one, an incredible leader in Legal Shield. He is the network vice president for Illinois, for Kansas, as well as for Missouri. He's the gentleman that you're going to, you know, that we see at all of our big conventions playing all the music. He's a DJ. He's a poet. Unbelievable what this man can do with his words. He's a best-selling author. He's a ring earner with Legal Shield. He's an actor. I mean, if you've watched Empire or you've watched Chicago PD or, you know, other things, I'm sure he'll share with you because it's part of his story. But man, he is just an incredible leader. And I'm so excited to have him as a true friend of mine. That is the network vice president of 3 states with Legal Shield. Incredible friend, Mr. Mel Roberson. Are you there, sir?
Howdy, friend.
I've seen it all now. Hey, Terry Bucker's become a country star. Man, we're all good now.
Hey, are we going to Dallas in a couple of weeks or what?
Yes, we are. And
I mean, I'm just getting ready. I don't know if you all are getting ready, but I'm getting ready.
Hey, man, that's why I brought you on, man, because I know you're going to bring the fire to everybody tonight and be able to share your 14, 15. How many months in Performance Club are you, Mel? Like 500 now?
No, 200 and forever. I don't know.
Well, you lost your hair, man.
A lot. Yeah, so a buddy of mine is battling cancer. And she's going through chemo right now, and she's losing her hair and distraught about it. And, you know, it's hair. So I told her, you know, I stand with you. And I took the clippers to my head about a week ago, last Tuesday. Yeah. And cut it off, man. So.
Well, that speaks volumes again to your character, man, and who you are. So I'm going to turn it over to you, man. The call's yours.
I really don't know where to start. You know, life has an amazing way of presenting itself in challenges and whatever, and who we choose to be in these moments help determine how extraordinary we really are. And for those of you that are on the line, you know, I could understand, especially for new people, just because you start your Legal Shield business doesn't mean that life stops. Children are still going to get sick. You know, we're still going to have family members that pass away, unfortunately, and have all of these different things that we have to deal with. But again, who we choose to be in those moments where we're facing adversity, where we're facing those challenges, helps determine how extraordinary we are. Life is great when it's easy. Life is necessary when it's hard. We prepare for war in times of peace, and what I mean by that is, you know, so let me run the gamut of Legal Shield. But before I do that, because I know there's some people on the line that might not know exactly who I am. My name is Mel Roberson. I am the network vice president of Illinois, Missouri, and Kansas. We call it ILMOX. And you know, I've been in the company for 20 years now, and I used to be ashamed to say that because, you know, I used to compare my success to other people's success. And then I realized that their success or my success were two different paths, and we're walking two different lines. As Timmer said, I've been on Chicago PD a couple of times. I've been on Empire. I'm on a show called The Chi that comes on Showtime. April 14th, my episode will air. And I love acting. I wrote a book a few years ago. Some of you may or may not have read it if I've been to your marketplace. It's called 31 Amazing Life Lessons of Joshua Stokes. It's a self-help book written in story form, and it's a fun read, you know. And I've been able to do some amazing things. I have some wonderful kids. One of my daughters is an All-American track star. She's 16 years old in her junior year, has 17 Division I offers already. I lose track, you know, but I know several major schools have offered her scholarships already. So, you know, all of these things in life are going on, and I used to compare myself to other people in Legal Shield. I mean, I used to compare myself to Darnell Self, Brian Carruthers, and all of those things. And I tell people all the time, I'm not the wealthiest person in the world, but I definitely believe that I'm one of the happiest because I choose to be, even in spite of adversity, even in spite of thanks, Mike. Even in spite of all the things that are going on that, you know, life is presenting, it's interesting because my happiness is not contingent upon the amount of money that I made in Legal Shield. Now, the amount of money that I make in Legal Shield does give me the ability to have the freedom to pursue my acting, to pursue my book, to pursue, you know, all of these things. But what happened was I built my business fast and strong first. I didn't wait until, you know, I wasn't trying to juggle 50,000 different things at one time. So I guess the first point of tonight is focus. Having a tremendous amount of focus on the thing that you're working on. Let the thing that you're working on be the thing that you're working on at that time. I'm doing a conference call right now with you all. Timmer said, you know, 8:30 Central Time, can you be on? I got on. I told my kids and I told everybody in the house, hey, when I close the door, you know, I'm in my office right now. There's a couple of my bookcases, there's books all around. But when I close the door and I'm working, then they know that that is what I'm doing at that time. And we have that respect to not be interrupted unless it's an emergency or something like that. But we know that work time is work time. If I say, listen, I have to get on this conference call for this period of time, I do that. I'm in graduate school right now. So as soon as I'm done with this conference call, I got a homework assignment that I need to finish for my research statistics class that's due before midnight. It's 8:49. All right, we're looking good. So I do that. You know, I take that time to focus on that thing. When I'm on Chicago PD or I'm on television, I'm not, you know, in the middle of a scene. I can't allow my phone to ring and be like, hey, hold on, guys. Somebody on my team is doing needs a three-way real quick. Let me go. And then I walk away and say, hey, you know, Mel Roberson, right? And I stop becoming a character. The point that I'm getting at is when I'm focused on that thing, right? Timmer taught me this, right? In tennis, you can't be thinking about anything else but what's happening on the tennis court. And sometimes you have to focus. After every play, you know, I stop down, I look at my racket, and, you know, I regain my focus. If it was a bad play, if it was a good play, I look at my racket, I regain my focus, and then I get back for the next serve or volley or whatever, right? So whatever that thing is that you're doing at that particular time, when you're doing Legal Shield, make it Legal Shield. But when you're with your family, make it your family. Now, are there some situations or some cases where a call might come in and you can step away or something? Is there a level of sacrifice that you have to have in order to be successful in this business? Absolutely. You know, there's so many things that I've sacrificed in the beginning of my business so that I don't have to make the sacrifices at the end of my business. What do I mean by that? Well, when my daughter was younger, my 16-year-old now, and you know, she's 16. I've been in the business 20 years, so she was born when I was, you know, 4 years in the business, 5 years in the business, somewhere around there. And the thing about it was there was a lot of time where I would have to rearrange stuff as I was building my business so that how do I put this? She had stuff that she needed to do, right? I had stuff that I needed to do for the business so that I could provide the type of lifestyle that she has now. This past weekend, she competed at the New Balance Invitational. It was a national invitational, top athletes all around the country. She placed 19th out of 43 long jumpers. The top 43 high school long jumpers in the country, she placed 19th. She didn't have a good weekend necessarily. It wasn't her best. She didn't do her best jump. She wasn't even close to her best jump, but she went, she competed, and we never lose. We either win or we learn. So she learned something from it, right? But I was able to be there, flew out, you know, flew her out, hotel, rent a car, all the stuff that needed to be done, got paid for. And we spent the weekend in New York and had a good time and all of those things. But I wouldn't have been able to do that 16 years ago. I didn't have the type of income 16 years ago that I have in Legal Shield now to be able to do that. But 16 years ago, I built a business that allows me that freedom. When I get a call for an audition, no matter what the television show is, auditions aren't usually, you know, after 5 o'clock. They're in the middle of the day. And so I needed the time freedom to be able to have those auditions. There's a show called Insecure that comes on HBO. And my agent called me on a Thursday and said, you have an audition on Friday for Insecure, but it was in California. So I was walking into class because I had class on Thursdays that particular quarter. And I'm on my phone looking for a flight. I found a flight, booked the flight, went to California the next morning for an audition for a television show. He had to push it back a little because of my arrival time for me to get the rental car and make it to the audition and all of that stuff. He had to do all of those things. However, it was a decision that I was able to make and go and do because of what I did in my Legal Shield business. So I'm not saying all of this stuff to show off or to brag or anything like that. What I am saying is that if you take the time to build a significant business in the beginning, when you have things that are necessary to do, that you want to do, that you deem necessary, right? You're able to do them. Like stuff with my daughter, I am deeming as necessary now. You know, just creating those experiences. And the older I get, the more I'm starting to learn. The older I get, the more I'm starting to learn that, you know, money is an important thing, but also time is important as well. So for me, chasing down the millions is something that I still want to do, but it's not as important as the time that I get to spend with my parents. So I had to figure out what that fine line was, because I know I'm not going to have them forever, between me chasing my millions, my mega millions, but also living a comfortable enough lifestyle to do the things that I want to do with my parents, create the experiences I want to create with my children, right? So for some people, you know, being a millionaire might not even be your thing, might not be what you're interested in, right? But being $100,000 heir, right, a six-figure heir could be something that you're into. To have enough money to live comfortably so that you can create the experiences and gradually, continuously grow your income to be able to do more with the people that you love, to be able to leave a better legacy or something like that. So those are some of the things that I wanted to share with you. Timmer said I did have the ability to share my screen with you all. So I guess I'll pull up a quick training and we can go through some of this stuff, right, about painting the vision and selling the dream. And this was a presentation, a quick presentation that I did with Luke Cherub. He was one of our regional managers here in the Chicagoland area, and he moved out to the Maryland area. Let me see. Can you all see this okay? I guess, yeah, I'm sharing my screen, I think. Can somebody give me? Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So you know, this was something that him and I talked about, because in Legal Shield and in the industry period, but you know, I used to adjust my trainings about the network marketing industry, but I'm in Legal Shield. I'm not in I mean, even though we are in the network marketing industry, I'm in Legal Shield. I don't do any other network marketing company outside of Legal Shield. I'm not chasing two rabbits. This is where I've planted my flag, and this is where I am as far as my network marketing business is concerned. Do I have other businesses? Yes, but it's because of Legal Shield that it's given me the ability to have other businesses and pursue other interests as well, to create those multiple streams of income. It's hard to create multiple streams of income when you are dying of thirst, because the one stream you haven't made it work first, right? So people that are out there trying to do 50 different things and they haven't mastered one, it's different when you master one or get good at one or have a system where one can continuously spit off cash, and then you can build something else. So I wasn't building all of those different businesses at the same time. I started Legal Shield, and then I did all of these other things. But it's about painting the vision and selling the dream. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that. Why is this important? It's important because life gets in the way. Okay, life gets in the way. Okay, life is going to get in the way for you, and life is going to get in the way for your prospects. What do I mean by that? Like I stated earlier, just because you started a Legal Shield business doesn't mean that you don't have other things going on. And just because you sent somebody a video doesn't mean that other things aren't going to be going on. You know, we sent a video, a guy on my team sent a young lady a video. We did a three-way. She hadn't had a chance to watch it. And then I encouraged her to watch the video. I just told my story a little bit, said, after you watch the video, let's talk, let's schedule a conversation. And we didn't hear from her for like 4 days. He had been calling and calling. Come to find out, she was in the hospital. She had like walking pneumonia or something crazy like that. So life is going to get in the way. Prospects don't see anything past their current reality. So in order to paint a vision, you have to paint something that's past their current reality. If all I know is debt, then you talking to me about a business doesn't erase the fact that all I know is debt. Okay. People often buy the opinions of others and give up on their own dreams too. So, you know, talking about being in the network marketing industry or something like that, I've sent videos to people and they've said stuff like, well, I've seen stuff like this, or I've been in something like this before. And I say, well, what do you mean you've been in something like this before? Well, I had to recruit a bunch of people and I didn't make any money. I said, well, then you haven't been in anything like this before, because you don't have to recruit a bunch of people and you can make money. So, you know, I know people. There's a young lady on my team. Some of you all may have heard this on the leadership show a couple of weeks ago. Tanya Mack, who's on my team, who's a $150,000 ring earner, and she goes out to companies and offers this as an employee benefit. So anyway, I say all that to say people often buy the opinions of other people and give up on their reality. Somebody else could have said something about Legal Shield or how it didn't work for them, and it's so crazy to me. It was like, oh yeah, I remember that when it was prepaid legal. Okay, well, that was years ago. So much has happened. You know what I mean? And when people say crazy stuff like that, man, you know, and especially I got a buddy of mine who took a look at the business and said something crazy about the business. And yeah, I looked at it when it was prepaid legal and, you know, blah, blah, blah. I said, man, that was so long ago. I said, I've known you since college. Are you the same guy you were in college? He's like, well, no. I said, haven't you grown? Haven't you evolved? He's like, yeah. I said, what makes you think that companies don't do that? What makes you think that we're still the same company we were when it was prepaid legal? And by the way, it was an amazing company when it was prepaid legal. It got bought for $650 million. How much is your company worth that you own, right? So it's okay to have a little posture with people. But again, people often buy the opinions of other people and allow them to steal their dreams. My mom told me Legal Shield doesn't, well, it was prepaid legal at the time. She told me prepaid legal doesn't sound legal based off what you just told me. Now, had I bought my mom's opinion, then I wouldn't be living the lifestyle that I'm living now. Some people have never been introduced to something that can literally change their life. This is the other thing that we have to remember, right? We're taught to go to school, get a good education, get a good job. And some people work amazing jobs that they absolutely love, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. At the same time, we have to realize that there are situations where when people haven't been introduced to anything, they don't know any better. All they know is all they know. You know, when I got introduced to prepaid legal, and I told one of my friends in my old neighborhood, and I'm from Chicago. I grew up on the southeast side of Chicago. A story that I don't tell very often is that I got shot outside my own house my senior year in high school. I grew up in a very rough neighborhood in Chicago during the 80s and 90s. And one thing that I know to be true is that people in my old neighborhood only know my old neighborhood. When I got involved with Legal Shield, I told one of my buddies, I was like, man, I met a guy that's making $10,000 a month. I want you to meet him. He was like, nah, both of y'all going to jail. Because where I grew up, nobody was making $10,000 a month legally. So, some people have never been introduced to something that could change their life. And you have to keep that in mind, right? What happens often is we're so enthralled and enamored by Legal Shield, and we know what it can provide for us, and we're so amazed by it, but we forget that other people haven't seen everything that we've seen. So we talk to them in ways and expect them to get it right away, and not everybody gets it right away, and that's okay, because prospects don't see anything past their current reality. Remember that. So ask good questions. Asking good questions is a great way for you to kind of figure out where people are and what it is that they're looking for. What would be the first thing that you would do if you won $5,000 in the lottery? Okay. That would, and that could show you where a person's head is. Man, if I won $5,000, I got some credit cards I need to catch up on. Or I would take my mom to a very nice dinner, or, I would take my wife or my fiance or my husband or whatever on vacation, right? So you're starting to see what's important to them by what they would do with their money if they had it, all right? What would it look like if you made an extra $500 a month? What would your life look like if you made an extra $500 a month? These are great questions. Like, what could you do with an extra $500 a month? And they'll start telling you some of the things it could do. What about an extra $500 a week? I know that seems a little crazy, but what would you do with an extra $500 a week? Just hypothetically, what would you do with an extra $500 a day? This is where the dream building comes in, right? If money were off of the table, what would life be like for you? Okay, so get that this is a natural progression. This is you building up to what those things are, okay? The next thing, though, is tell compelling stories, right? Facts tell, stories sell. I'm sure you guys have heard that time and time again. And by you telling compelling stories, what has the business done for you? What has the business done for others if you don't have your story? What did the income allow you to buy? How do you feel with the extra time that you've bought back, right? These are all things, stories that you could tell. The story that I tell, I have a cousin, his name is Mike Robinson, and we didn't even know we were cousins before he got into the business. And luckily he was recruited into my team, and we started talking about where our parents were from and all of this stuff. And come to find out, his dad and my dad are like second or third cousins. It was really spooky, right? But anyway, when he got started in Legal Shield, his grandmother, they were trying to put her in a nursing home, and he didn't want her to go in a nursing home. And, they had a time period that they were going to do it if she didn't, because I think whatever she had that was paying for it was running out in about 3 to 6 months, and nobody really had the capacity to take her in. It was just all of this stuff going on. And I'm like, bro, let's run really hard for 90 days and see what we can do. And within a 90-day time period, within the first 30 to 40 days, I think we were able to get him to the director level. Within 90 days, we were able to get him to what would have been senior director back then. But he made enough money to put a down payment on a new house, a bigger house, and get the hospital bed that his grandmother needed. And his grandmother never saw the inside of a nursing home before she transitioned. That's what this business can do for you. So when you tell compelling stories, you're telling stuff because there are other people with grandmothers and parents and stuff like that that they want the best for and all types of stuff. So we got to think about those types of things, okay? What has the business done for you? What has it done for other people? What did the income allow you to buy? Some people are flashy people, or they need, stuff. And it doesn't even have to be flashy stuff. It could be what did it allow you to buy for your kids? I tell the story about how my daughter wanted to go to this track club over the summer. That cost $1,000 for this track club. I'm like, you could run outside for free, but it was $1,000 and it had to be paid. And the training that she received did her so well. I'm glad we paid for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this presentation. Let me stop my sharing. Timur, I don't know if you have any questions for me. I know we got a couple of minutes left, but that's it. I'm excited. Excuse me if I sound a little out of it. I'm really conserving my voice because I have a ton of presentations that I have to do tomorrow. We've been doing Zoom blitzes and stuff like that. So I'm trying to preserve my voice because I feel that little throat thing happening. And I don't have the naturally sexy, raspy voice like Timmer does, right? He has the naturally sexy, raspy voice. My raspy voice isn't as sexy as Timmer. So I'll turn the call back over to you, sir.
Yeah, but you can do a much better Jamaican guy than I can, and an English guy and dialects like that. So that's quite all right, man. Mel, thank you so much, dude. That was awesome. A couple things that I really loved that you talked about. Was keeping those questions simple, talking to people. What would an extra $500 a month do for you?
Right.
People can't really see the big dream, especially if they haven't lived it. It's hard to tell somebody that they could have a lot more than they currently have when they've been doing something they've been doing for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years. So I appreciate that, Mr. Roberson. And real quick, what I'd like to just ask you, you're network vice president, 3 states, and how important is Dallas? How important is it to get to Dallas? What are you saying to people right now? Because I know you're sworn to secrecy on all kinds of different things, and but what do you say to somebody with what you can tell us?
It's funny you mentioned that, because I've some of the Zoom calls that I've been on have been Dallas Zoom calls, man. Like being on the production team and being the DJ for the event is difficult for me because I find out stuff way in advance, and yeah, I can't tell you much. What I can tell you is, for those of you that need to get to senior director, or that can get to senior director this month, you need to get to senior director this month, okay? Without question. If you can, and you don't, after Dallas, you are going to be highly upset, okay? That's number one. So that I can reveal. I can say that much. There's going to be a ton of recognition. There's going to be some great announcements. One of the things that's in the forefront, and I don't know how much will happen in Dallas, but you may hear some special announcements about us finally opening in the UK, which I know me and Tim are excited about. We'll gladly go over there and do Super Saturdays, go visit my niece and nephews and all that over there, and hang out with the Halligan kids and all of my friends. I just spent a month over there this past summer, so I got some friends over there too. So it's some great stuff. But beyond that, there are 2 ways that people really learn, and one is through spaced repetition, hearing something over and over again. But then another way to get information fast is through what we call a heightened emotional experience, right? And so through a heightened emotional experience, your receptors are open a lot more to receive information. And there's nothing like being in a room with thousands of people that are all going in the same direction or want to go in the same direction, and hearing from people who've done what you need to do in order to achieve success. So there's no way that we could tell you and express what we learned in Dallas. You got to be there to experience it for yourself. And the last thing I'll leave you with, Timmer, is my story. So my first convention was in 2000. It was in Tulsa. And back then, we needed 3 separate director legs in order to go executive director. And you had to have 75 memberships total, with counting no more than 25 from each leg. So it was more. It took more to become executive director, and you couldn't count any of your personal sales. I went to Tulsa as a director with 1 director leg, and we had conventions every 3 months back then. So that was in March of 2000. By July of 2000, which was our next convention in Las Vegas, I was an executive director, and I had built 5 other director legs. So it was because of what I learned at the convention. It was because of the heightened emotional experience, and it was because I saw people walking across the stage that looked just like me that I was able to relate to, and stories and workout partners and training and all of these things that added to my success in Legal Shield. So since that convention, I haven't missed a convention ever. The only time I've ever missed another convention is before my 16-year-old was born, and her mom was on bed rest, and we were like expecting the baby, and I couldn't be away. That's the only other time I missed a convention. And outside of that, though, I've never missed, and I never will.
Awesome. I love what, real quick, what you said was about building to senior director. Now, some folks may say right now that, hey, I just started last week, and what's great is this is a team sport. What you want to do is go in with your director, your senior director, that person that's close to it, and help them get there, right? Because, you know, everything about Legal Shield is building each other up so that we can all share together, because the things that Legal Shield always announces are there for folks to be able to build towards. Mel, can you close us out with any poetry, man? Something you could, you know, off your cuff throw at us for about 45 seconds or so, man? I mean, I had to throw that your way. You know, you put me on the spot with tennis, so I got to put you on the spot with poetry.
I didn't put you on the spot with tennis. I told the tennis story. I told the tennis story. How is that putting you on the spot?
Oh, come on now. I know you got something you can share with us.
Actually, I'm getting ready to release a new spoken word CD. And so this is a piece called Success Junkie that's going to be on the CD. I don't have it memorized yet, so I have to read it. It says, "Call me an addict. I've got a bit of a bad habit when it comes to being successful. My junkie status is next level. I crave to be brave so that my desires I can slay. I've replaced my calls of Mayday, Mayday with several profitable paydays. I'm not looking for compliments on my accomplishments. This is my success journey of confident competence. I do enjoy things of opulence, but that's not why I'm driven. I'm here to make an impact on the world while I'm still living. I'm a game changer. I'm the influential, inspirational life rearranger. I just want to be an example. I've learned that negativity needed to be dismantled and replaced with positive thinking so that the challenges could be handled." Now, there's more to this poem. I'm not going to read it. However, on Friday night at convention, this is another reason why you need to be there. Me and Harold Branch, who is the network vice president of Arizona, we throw a spoken word open mic poetry set. And that is going to take place in room A4 at the convention center right after the last session on Friday. So if you enjoy spoken word poetry, and some people sing and do, we have an open mic, and if you want to get on, get there early, put your name on the line, and you can be there too. And you'll hear some more poetry.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Roberson. Truly appreciate you. Looking forward to an awesome Super Saturday. We're going to have it with Mr. Alistair Edwards this coming week in Chicago. Also got a training for business-to-business solutions on Friday. So who do you know? Where do you have your Super Saturdays, guys? We got 14 days until we get ourselves to Dallas, Texas for what's going to be the most incredible event that we have ever had. So that, guys, I appreciate everyone for joining us tonight. Everybody have a fantastic night, and bye-bye for now.
Take care. See you in Dallas.